Are you struggling to improve your English fluency? Do you want to speak English fluently or confidently? Hello, this is Neha and I'm here to help. In this video, I'm just going to be talk about how you can make priority English. You are just going to be make English number one priority in your day-to-day life. I know it's not going to be sound like a piece of cake. It's just going to be require some efforts that you have to be put so that it could be become your day-to-day life part, and it's just going to become like a habit and you are just going to be habitual to it. So that after that you are just going to be now I'm just going to be share some tips and tricks. If you are just going to follow them, you will see huge difference. It's not all about if you are just going to be know these particular things or the tips and tricks and you are thinking, but just knowing them you are becoming good at that. No, it's not going to be even happen. You have to be put efforts consistently. Whatever I'm just going to be share in this video, you have to be consider them as your priority, and after that you will see you have started make English priority number one priority in your day-to-day life. So the number one thing is that you have to be consider it as an investment. So if I'm just going to be talk about investment, it simply mean that you are just going to be invest some time in your English. You already know, like English is an international language, and it is crucial when it comes to be okay. I'm just going to be talking English so that you can connect yourself with the people all around the world. It's just going to be all over the world, and after that, you will see okay, I can talk to people, I can know about them. I'm just going to be explore different kind of culture and all over the world, and I'm just going to be explore different kind of things here, and that would be happen if you are just going to be consider it as an investment. It's not like okay, you are just going to be you want to improve your English fluency and you want to speak up, but you are not going to put efforts consistently. I know there are a lot of people who think okay, English is like a international language. Of course it's an international language, but when it comes like you want to speak up, then you are not going to be gather some words or the sentences into your mind, and it is because you are just going to be fumble at the time, and that's why you are going to be make it clear to yourself that it's like an investment. It's not like whatever you are doing, it's all right if you are pursuing some courses, if you are studying, and if you are doing job, it's all right. But if you want to speak up, if you want to be fluent in English, then you have to see and you have to be make yourself understand that it's just in an investment. It's not like that I'm just going to be think like that and after that I'll be become fluent. It's not even going to be happen. Just try to make you convince that it's an investment, and that's why it's going to become crucial or an essential thing for your career and for your personality as well. You already know if you are going somewhere and you are traveling, okay, and there are a lot of people, even you can say like if they are the foreigners who are just going to be talk to you, they will talk to you in English because it is an international language, and people think okay, because it's an international language, that's why it is like a crucial thing to know basic. And that's why if you are just going to be make yourself understand that it's an investment for my career and for my study, for whatever you are doing in future, and it's just going to be help you in everything, and that's why make it and then consider it as an investment because it's just going to be helpful in your future, in your career, in every area of your life. Even you are just going to be improve your personality, your body language, whatever you are doing. It's not going to be like okay, you are wasting time. No, it's nothing like that. If you are just going to be put and you are going to be allocate some particular time out of 24 hours, and you will see, yeah, it makes sense because you are making progress in your life, and that matters. And the number second is change your attitude towards English. Changing attitude is simply mean, when I'm talking about attitude, is simply mean the lot of people. Some people are just going to be tell, okay, English is like a piece of cake, means very easy. And some people are just going to be tell you it's difficult. And it simply mean that the both means who are just going to be tell you it's piece of cake, or the another one just going to be tell you it's difficult. Actually, it's not going to be true. It's all about, it's simple, and it's just a language. And you have to understand that if it's a language, you are just going to be learn it. And that's why you don't have to think that it's like a piece of cake, and you don't have to think that it's like a difficult. No, it's just requires some consistency, some discipline, and some efforts on the daily basis. That's why you have to change your attitude towards it. It's not all about like you are just going to be learning English. It apply all other things as well. It's just going to be implementing on another things as well. When I'm talking about, if you are just going to be learn some new skills in your life, it could be like sometimes you want to learn how to ride a bike. So simply mean it requires some attitude. If you are just going to be think, okay, it's difficult, I'm not going to make it, I'm not going to make it happen, how I'm just going to be learn it, then it simply mean you are going to be tell yourself it's not going to piece of cake. You cannot do that. But on the other hand, if you are just going to be tell yourself it's piece of cake and I'm not going to be put efforts into that, but I'll be fluent and I'm just going to be good at that particular skill, then that particular thing will be lie as well. It is because if you are just going to be put efforts consistently in the both things, whatever you are going to be learn, it simply mean that you are going to be good at that one. And that's why you have to change your attitude. And third one is set aside time to learn English. It could be like the 4 minutes, 5 minutes, 10 minutes, it totally up to you. And just going to be like, if you are just going to be think, okay, I have only 4 minutes, I have only 5 minutes, I'm just going to be allocate those particular minutes to learn English. And even you can watch anything, you can watch some English content on the daily basis, so that you can make yourself convince. You are just going to be tell yourself, I'm just going to be do something, I'm just going to be putting efforts to learn English. So you have to set aside time. It's not going to be like 30 minutes, 1 hour. It up to you what you want, how much time you are just going to be allocate in that particular one. And that's why you are just going to be decided. Even if you start with 1 minute, 2 minute, 3 minute, it will be enough if you are a beginner. But you have to increase the time period. If you are just going to be get better at that particular one, you are just going to be increase time. And the fourth one is bare minimum. Bare minimum simply mean that when you are just going to be talk about that I don't have time at all, you are saying that to yourself. Even okay, let's consider it that you seriously don't have time, then you are just going to be like, how I'm just going to be learn English, how I can get fluent in English, and you are going to be tell these kind of excuses. You are making these kind of excuses here. I know some people are just going to be true and some people are just going to be lie here. But when I'm talking about that you want to, if you willing to learn something, then you have to make time. And bare minimum simply mean like the at least or the minimum time. It could be like the 1 minute. If you start allocating 1 minute to English, then you will see that you start progressing in your life. You are just going to make progress, and that matters the most here. It's just going to be okay. I'm just going to be do something in my life. I'm learning new things here, and you will see if it's just going to be happen. You will see that your confidence is just going to be wow. I'm doing something in my life, and these kind of thoughts just start coming and going into your mind at that time. And the fifth one is take action. It is the most important and the crucial thing when it comes to learn something. And when I'm talking about the like you get fluent in English, simply mean that you have to take action. whatever. Like I'm just going to be talk about allocating some time. You start watching some English content on the daily basis, but you have to take action. You have to try to speak up at least for 1 minute. If you are not comfortable with that one, you can start with like the 30 second or the 10 second. It's just totally up to you how many minutes, how many seconds you are just going to be allocate in that particular activity, and you will see the difference. Just start following these particular tips and tricks, and you will see that you start making it like your number one priority in your life, in your day-to-day life. Bye bye.